What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today I wanted to do something a little bit special. It's been a year since I've had this shifter. I feel like there's plenty of information out there, but there's not really a whole lot of in-depth or videos about the product that we're here to talk about today. This is my Evo 8. It is a 6466 stock block setup. Big fuel setup, big intercooler, trying to push the stock block as far as I could. I've been dailying this thing now since 2017. This has been my daily. I've been everywhere with this car. Been from Florida to Utah, Utah back. I've driven pretty far with this vehicle over the past couple of years. It's gone through many different transformations. Life's been pretty busy, but today, I wanted to go over probably one of the best options you have for your Evo 8. So this is the inside of the car. I absolutely love this thing. I did do a video on the install of this. You do have to make some cuts for it to fit. Going off a couple of photos that I found online, I actually made my own cuts. I cut everything to what it was. You do not need to remove your ashtray. You can if you want to, but I made it to where mine fits. Nothing wrong with that. You just got to trim to fit, and you gotta, mount a couple of times, and it's a process, but this thing by far is one of the best options that there are out there for the Evo 8 9s. I don't know if you guys can see, so I'm gonna try to do my best. This shifter brings a whole nother characteristic to this car. With this shifter, you get rid of the plastic housing assembly, you get rid of the slack. Everything about this just feels great. It does not feel like an Evo. When you hop into an Evo and you see this shifter, you know it's going to be a good time. Give you an idea, I'm not too worried necessarily about the short throw characteristic of it. I like the height of this shifter. It's right there. I know what's going on. I don't have it's not way down here. I like the height of it. It feels really good. Give you an idea, this is first, that's second, third, fourth, fifth, and that's reverse. But the self-centering spring on this, it's a pretty heavy duty spring. When I'm going from second to third, I'm not really worried about going into first, because I know that self-centering spring is going to correct me. I don't have to, there's not really a whole lot that I have to do, man. And then just going into fourth, it just wants to go. There is a little lockout feature right here, and I'll try to get a close-up of that later. You have an Allen key. I want to say it's like a 4. I want to say it's a 4. Don't hold me to that. And you tighten it, and you will have to use this lockout to then go over into the first and second row. It'll lock into place. You'll be able to go into the third and fourth row, but you will not be able to go back into the first, second row once you go from second to third. You will not be able to go from third into second. It locks you out and keeps you in that third, fourth row. This thing can be used in all applications. It can be used for drag racing. It could be used for the street stuff. It could be used for time attack, though I've seen more Evo time attack drivers use this for time attack rather than the drag racing, but I've actually been hearing more of the drag racers now going to this type of shifter versus like the boost in performance. But the CAE stuff is great. It's been tried and proven. It's a wonderful shifter. I cannot talk better of it. It has essentially made me fall in love with the car all over again. It's that one piece that you're always using, and for the shifter with the cables and the housing assembly, there was so much slack. Bushings only helped so much. It was just really nice that there was something out there that really helps with that. I have zero issues with this shifter. I've seen a bunch of videos about the CAE shifters on Evo X's. Yes, they are pricey, but definitely worth it. I feel like the housing assembly is worthy of an upgrade. I genuinely enjoy this thing. The height of the shifter is right there. It's super easy to shift. It has the lockout capability, which I think is just absolutely awesome. You go to the drag strip, you can go and do that kind of thing. if you're doing time attack. This thing just wants to go, man. It wants to go. This thing's just overall worth it. I actually was lucky and I got this used through one of the Evo pages. They are out there. Some people don't like them, some people do. Personally, I think it's one of the best upgrades that I've ever done on my vehicle. That's including cams, that's including the turbo, that's including everything else. I would totally rock this on a 9 turbo and go time attack, without a doubt. I would go drag with it. With a really big turbo. It's stable, that's for sure. If you're unsure of what you're doing, I did do a install video, so you can watch that on what I did. If you're uncomfortable with it, it's honestly not that hard, and the hardest part would honestly just be making the cuts to have the shifter console fit. So if you wanted to have a shop do it, it's really not that hard, but by far one of the best upgrades I've ever done to my car. And I've done quite a bit to it in the years that I've owned it. It is funny though, when you have these, you go to car meets and people are like, oh, you got a sequential transmission. I don't have a sequential trans. Just a badass shifter. Figured I would go over the lockout setup. So it's actually a 2.5 Allen key. So I just have this Allen key, and I'll try to show you guys from the top. This guy right there. Screw it in. So after tightening it, I have it about right there, just touching with it just slightly. You can probably pull it back just a little bit. Essentially, if I'm to want to go into first gear, I can't go into first. So I'm gonna pull up on this area right here. That guy, pull up on it, that's gonna go up. I'm gonna then be able to go into the first row with first and second gear, but if I go up, that kicks back out. I'm going into third gear. If I'm to say try to go from third to fourth, I try to go into second, I can't go into second gear. I have to go into fourth gear, but I can only stay in this row. Now to get over to fifth is going to be fine, right? Third and fourth, but to get over to first and second, I have to go up after moving this to then be able to go from first into second, going into third, coming into fourth, going into fifth. It's a really cool lockout feature. That is the third to second lockout. So you'll see a lot of shifters have a 1-2-1 lockout. This one's pretty simple as far as like the lockout in it. This does not have a 1-2-1, but it's pretty difficult for you to do a 1-2-1 money shift in this car, the way that it is set up. So then if you want to take it back out, you don't like that, or you're just gonna go on about your way, you can still get over. And then I'm just gonna fine tune that, pull that out of the way. I don't like it when I unlock that feature that this one is touching. I don't want it touching. I'm fine with the top ones touching. That's how much throw I have. Sorry, that's how much it is to go to the left. That's how much it is to go to the right. I don't really want to mess with it anymore. So I just have to, once I have these top ones set where I want them, I don't ever want to touch them again unless I'm readjusting, which you really shouldn't have to once they're set. This back one is the one that you would use for the lockout, but back to with it unlocked, I can go from first into second, third, fourth, fifth, still go back into first. I don't have the need for the lockout. It's nice, tight, and crisp, and it ain't going anywhere. So I've talked about it. Let's go for a drive. Before it gets too dark, I'll just go up and down the road and just see what we can do. Hope you guys can hear me. As far as shifting goes, it's a tighter shift. It feels good. It does not, I'm not wondering what gear I'm in. I've seen that be a fear of people's as far as setting it up, because you can actually customize how far your throw is and your side to side. It's all on preference. What I have set it up to right now, I think it's absolutely wonderful. I don't think it can get any better. And I'm right out of the box, you're gonna enjoy it. I ended up getting my shifter console and a couple interior pieces hydro dipped because I didn't like the look of them after I had it done. Something that you do not have to do. I just went and did it because I wanted to do it. I didn't see a whole lot of people with their interiors hydro dipped, so just thought it was a good time to do it. Found a good guy while I was out in Utah. I found a dipper while I was in Utah. He did a hell of a job. I'm gonna send him some other pieces. It's a good time. Shifting feels great. Comparatively to like an S2000, a Subaru STI, Corvette, those shifters, they're right there on their transmissions. It's very tight. There's not the slack. It's not the slop that comes with Evo transmissions. Even after bushing, even after upgraded bushings, whether it's the base bushings or the shifter bushings, you know, on top of the transmissions, it's just not, this thing just feels great, man. Like, it may not be for everybody, which is totally fine. Brand new, I mean, these things are going for like $1,300. So I was really lucky when I got mine for under $1,000 shipped to my door. I'm very appreciative of that. But that also just goes to show, hey, you just need to be on the prowl on the Evo pages. Rev matching, downshifting, just shifting in general. Everything feels great on this thing. It feels great. When I'm in boost, like I'm just banging gears, I'm not worried about shifting. With enough time behind the wheel, yeah, I mean, on an Evo stock shifter, short shifter, or stock housing assembly, yeah, you're not really worried about it. But I'm telling you right now, this is loads different. Mitsubishi really lacked in the shifter department. It really did. A few other areas, but hey, this one in particular, I love this thing, man. If I knew what I know now about my car, about my wants and needs for a daily that can still get down on the streets, still have fun, this would have been my first buy. This would have been the very first thing I bought, hands down. Other supporting stuff for it. Shifter bushings are still a good thing to upgrade. The base bushings are still good to have, even though you don't use them anymore. I think you only use 2 in the front, not the 8 that are there, 2 on each corner of them on the stock housing assembly. I only use 2, 1 on each side in the front. There is so much ingenuity that went into this, and CAE offers it for for a lot of different vehicles. If you are wanting to take corners, this is the shifter for you. If you are wanting to go drag racing, this can be the shifter for you. You just need to keep an Allen key on you. There are other shifters out there that utilize the OEM shifter housing assembly. Hoy Tran over at Inline Racing, he offers a hell of a lockout shifter. I love that thing. It's awesome. I've driven in a car with it. Feels great. You're able to utilize whatever shift knob that you wanted to, and it has lockout on the fly. Like, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It has the lockout. And it has that awesome little groove, the guide that goes from 2 to 3. You literally cannot money shift. Like, it is impossible on his shifter. But it utilizes that stock housing assembly. And for my wants and needs that I wanted out of the car, I'm happy with what I have now. Oh, that's dangerous. Happy with this one. This one suits me better. For a daily, like, this thing is awesome. I love it. For a drag car, perfect. For time attack, it's great. I can use it for so many different things, and it's an awesome shifter across the board for multiple wants and needs. It's just able to do that. Wonderful. I love it. I have zero complaints. Great. Shift's awesome. I have no complaints. This thing is just solid. I don't know how else to put it. So I mean, as far as like what I would give this product, I would give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. The only reason why I'm giving it a 9.5 and not a 10 is because they are so expensive. Is it worth it? Absolutely. I can't say that it's not worth it. And that if you have the ability to at least try it out, if it's a buddy with an Evo that has one in his car, or somebody else with a different vehicle that has a CAE shifter in their car, I would ask them if you could try it out. Ask them what they think about it. Ask them what they enjoy about their shifter. Because I personally, I do not ever want to drive another Evo without this. It would feel awkward and weird to me. It took I'd say like a week or so, just because of the height. I mean, it's a little up there. You can add a extension to it as well. I'm not able to use my shifter that I previously had. I appreciate you guys' time watching this video. If there's something I didn't talk about, please ask me. I will gladly answer your guys' questions as fast as I can. I'm sorry for the delay in videos. Life's been hitting me, and I found some time and took advantage of it. Just a quick little video shoot. If you guys have these shifters, what are some things I missed? Please, like, put that information out there. I think these shifters are awesome. They're a little on the pricey side, but I feel like they're totally worth it if you can find them used. Brand new, if you got the money, I mean, not a bad idea, but I feel like you could do more in a bunch of other areas versus one item. So if you can find it used, I feel like that's best. That's just my personal opinion, but if you guys got questions, ask. I'm an open book. Dream or do, it's up to you. Till next time.